You've chosen to get serious about your health and get in better shape. The first month goes by, you're doing pretty well, but for some reason or the other, you just keep falling off and then you're back to where you started. And this isn't the first time that it's happened. You always go on this fitness journey to get a six-pack, to get a bigger butt, to get bigger biceps, but nothing ends up working at all. While in all the previous times, including this one, you would blame your willpower and your discipline, saying that this fitness thing just isn't for me. But I'll be the first person to tell you that that's just not the case. Discipline is just basically doing what you're supposed to do regardless of how you feel. And while it is extremely important and it's a very valuable trait to have, you don't just wake up one day and just become David Goggins. There's a lot more that goes into it, and that is what I'm going to be covering in this video. And simply relying on discipline will only get you so far. That's why we break it down further so that it becomes a little bit more fixable, a little bit more actionable, so that you can actually stay consistent for good. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Sit back, relax, take some notes if you have to, because there's a lot of information in this video for you guys. So the first step towards fixing this consistency issue is understanding a harsh truth. And that is that your problems and your obstacles and roadblocks are never actually going to go away. Like I mentioned earlier, something or the other just came in the way between you and your fitness goals, which prevented you from moving further and staying consistent. For some people, it could be a lack of finances, it could be too much work, more family time, having a new baby, or even a breakup of some sort. The point is, you will always have shit thrown at you at your face. That's just life, and you just can't escape it. But for example purposes and for the purpose of the video, what's seen most commonly is having too much work or having too little time. So here's the framework I like directing most people to. The only way you're going to actually achieve true long-term consistency in this health and fitness game is by doing it when you're actually busiest. And here's why. The reality is you're going to be more busy than not busy for the rest of your life. So if you only rely on taking care of your health and going to the gym when you're not busy, then you're just simply not going to have enough time to actually go to the gym when you actually are busy, which is most of the year anyways. The second step towards fixing this consistency issue is understanding that you don't need as much as you think you need. Social media nowadays shows these extravagant and flamboyant lifestyles and routines of these influencers online, where we feel the need to do exactly what they're doing all the time. Wake up at 5 a.m., get in the cold plunge, get in the sauna, ground our feet, eat pure whole foods all the time, train 7 days a week for 2 hours at a time, hitting every single muscle group and every single different angle. Firstly, most of social media is a lie. And all the things they show, they do, isn't necessarily the reason why they look the way they look. They look the way they look because of amazing genetics, hard work, yes, and if I'm being honest, unfortunately, steroid use as well. And secondly, even if you were to do exactly what they're doing every single day, you still might not get the same results as they do because you're just different. Your body may not react the same way as it would for them. So for most normal people, all you really need is 2 to 4 solid gym sessions a week where you're focusing on strength and muscle, where you can progressively overload those exercises. And if you don't have access to a gym, some form of body weight training where you could actually overload those muscles and those exercises so that you could get stronger over time. You combine that with a higher protein diet, which will refuel the regeneration of those muscles over time so that they can get bigger and get stronger. It's going to help you feel fuller for longer, which will allow you to intake less calories and allow you to be in that deficit if you want to lose weight. And you consistently sleep well every single night at similar times every single night for 6 to 8 hours. That's all you really need. So in terms of a time commitment, you're looking at maybe 2 to 4 hours spent a week towards your health and your fitness. That's it. And third is breaking down the issue you're currently experiencing. Now this is really important, so listen up. So when people say they don't have enough willpower, it's not necessarily a willpower issue. You have to break that down, and it's usually into 2 different categories. One being a skill-based issue, and one being an environmental-based issue. Simply put, a skill-based issue is you not knowing what you're doing. So you go to the gym, you're just winging it, trying a different machine every single time, you're not really tracking your lifts, you don't have a program in place, and you just go in there and seeing like how different machines work. Environmental issues relates to everything around you. Like the gym being too far from home or from work, or you only having enough time to go to the gym when it's super packed and when everybody and their mothers are at the gym, or you have a bunch of friends who are just alcoholics and who invite you to drink 3 to 5 times a week. Or if you open your pantry, the only thing you see is goldfish, Lay's, and just a bunch of other shit that you're not supposed to be having. Now, the good thing is both of them are very solvable. If you have a skill-based issue, hire a coach. Find a basic program online. Research a little bit through credible sources and credible articles online about your body and the foods you have to eat and the different exercises you have to perform and the different rep ranges. Or watch YouTube videos. And if you're better equipped, and if you have a better understanding of what you're doing in and outside the gym to take care of your health, the stress and willpower issue will naturally go away. If you have an environmental issue, find a gym that's closer to you. Hang out with better friends or make new friends in the gym. Try to make time earlier in the day or at your lunch break or something so that you can go to the gym when it's less packed or less intimidating. Or have something or someone to keep you accountable, like a coach, or like a really good friend, or like an alarm or notebook system. The point is, if you identify the problem that you're facing, it is a lot easier to be consistent and stay on track. And I'm not saying it's always going to be a bed of roses and you will never face problems or roadblocks along the way. That's not what I'm saying at all. But it will be less of an uphill battle. More importantly, even when you do face obstacles, if you do face a time restriction or a location restriction, or if you have a bad hangover the next day, rather than calling it quits and saying this whole fitness thing isn't for me, you'd be much better equipped at handling the problem itself. So I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love making these videos. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Please don't forget to share the channel and the video with your friends. We really are trying to up the YouTube game. It's a work in progress, but trust me, it will take some time, but it will eventually come, and more entertaining and more informational content will be coming your way. So, see you guys in the next one.